Today, I have a challenge for you. Actually, it's a challenge for both of us. Can we really boost our productivity without adding more to our to-do list? It seems like our to-do lists are never ending. So, can we really get more done without adding more to our to-do list? Let's find out. Hi, my name's Sandi Glandt. I'm a high performance productivity coach, wife, mama to two very busy boys, TV host, and best-selling author. And today we're going to dive into how to be more productive without actually doing more. So you want to become more productive, but you don't want to add more to your to-do list, and neither do I. So today we're going to dive in and I'm going to share some different tools and tactics and strategies with you on how to essentially get more done in less time, but how to be more strategic about it. And what if I told you that it was actually possible to get more done by doing less? I mean, hallelujah, thank goodness. Am I right? Can I get an amen? So it might sound counterintuitive, but it's actually true. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do this. So let's dive in. So I have 8 tools, tips, and strategies that I'm going to share with you today to get more done, to be more productive, but in less time. I mean, let's get an amen. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share this with you. So here we go. Tip number 1 is to prioritize your top 3 daily tasks. Now, I've talked about this in so many of my programs, but I want you to focus on what are those top 3 big money moves, those needle movers that you know are going to move the ball forward for you every single day. What are those 3 most important tasks each day? Now, it can be personally, it can be professionally. It doesn't need to be all 3 in business, and it also doesn't need to be all 3 at home. But pick your top 3 each day. Decide what those are the night before and figure out what that looks like. So when you go into your next day, you already know what those big 3 are, what those 3 top daily tasks are that you're going to focus on that are going to move you forward. Now, I have a little gift for you, and I wasn't planning on doing this, but because you're here and because you're subscribed to the Slay Your Day podcast, hit the subscribe button. I have a little gift for you, and that gift is called Big Money Moves. So if you go to sandraglandt.com/big money, or you click the link below down in the description, I will make sure that you get that gift from me to you, and that will help you identify what your big money moves are and exactly how to do this. So I have clients that have paid thousands of dollars for this training, and I'm giving it to you completely for free because you've subscribed to the channel. And I also, while we're here talking about subscribing to the channel, I want to give 3 lucky winners a chance to win a call with me. So all you have to do is comment the word subscribe below, drop me your email, and I'll reach out to you. My team or I will reach out to you to set up that free call. And this is going to be a call that will help you figure out what those 3 big needle moving activities are, or those 3 big money moves are, so you can make progress every single day, be productive every single day, and focus on what truly matters. Focus on moving the business forward. Focus on spending intentional quality time with your family. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I hope you win that call. I can't wait to meet you and sign up for that Big Money Moves challenge. All right, tip number 2 on how to be more productive without doing more. I know that you've heard this before. I'm quite confident that you've heard this one before, but it's because it's tried and true and it works. And that is the 80-20 rule, or Pareto's principle, if you've heard of that before. So what this is identifying 20% of the tasks that generate 80% of your results. So for example, if you find that client calls, we'll just take this as an example, are your most profitable activity that you do prioritize them over less impactful tasks, like maybe organizing files, or maybe just doing busy work, or maybe it's just like shuffling through your inbox. Maybe a better use of that time is having to hire someone to go through that inbox. So you're only focusing on the things that you need to focus on. And then you use the rest of that time to prioritize those sales calls, because that's where you're generating 80% of your results. So focus on what that is. And that's going to go hand in hand with number one, which we just talked about, which was prioritizing your top 3 daily tasks. Once you know what those needle movers are, you can use your time so much more effectively, so much more efficiently when you use this 80-20 rule. So get number one in place, prioritize your top 3 daily tasks. And number 2, use the 80-20 rule. The third tip on how to be more productive without actually doing more is to create systems. We are all about the systems here. And I tell my team and I tell my clients that if you do anything more than once, you have to have a system. It's not only going to save you hours I would say every single day, but most certainly every single week. You need to figure out what those repetitive tasks are. So your business is working for you. You're not in your business all day long trying to play catch up on tasks that could have been automated in the first place. So let's talk maybe meal prep. Let's talk automation and meal prep, right? Maybe what you have in place is where you meal prep, or where you cook and you portion out your meals, and you do this on Sundays or Mondays or whatever day works best for you, and you spend less time cooking during the week. Or you grab the planner, my free planner that I have for you, which is over in the description below, and you can snag that and you can know exactly what every single meal is each week, because you've prepped it out. You've bought the groceries on Sunday, and now you have them every single day that you need them because you did this in advance. That's just one example in the home. This is going to keep you productive without adding more on your plate. Now, let's talk about systems in business. Essentially everything in your life should have a system. I know that's how it is for us, but especially in business, from your emails to your contracts to your scheduling. I mean, there is not a department that shouldn't and couldn't have automations. I mean, it's really that big of a game changer. And if you're interested and you're listening to this and you're like, well, like I have a couple of these systems set up, but I don't quite know exactly what they are, I highly, highly recommend that you check out the High Performance Academy, which is where I share with you exactly what these systems are, how to get automations, delegations, and how to simplify the process. Because at the end of the day, I am just like you, and I don't want to be wasting hours of precious time that I could be with my babies, that I could be with my husband, our family, spending this quality family time together, when I'm doing things that should be automated and systemized. So I highly, highly recommend that you head over to sandraglandt.com/academy. And if you're hearing this information and you're like, oh my gosh, it would be amazing to have even just one extra hour in the day, systems guaranteed will do this for you. It'll do this from your emails to your contracts to your onboarding to you. I mean, like literally every single part of the business and your home should have processes and systems that make your life easier. And this is exactly what I dive into in the High Performance Accelerator Academy. And we cover all of this and we go over this with you and we go over the implementation. So you don't have to go through this alone, and it's simplified. So that link again is sandraglandt.com/academy. I can't wait to see you in there. And I hope that you get these automations and you simplify your life, because you wouldn't be here listening to this information if you didn't want to take back your time, if you didn't want to be in control of your day and your home and your business. So again, sandraglandt.com/academy. I can't wait to see you in there. All right. Tip number 4, which is also along the same lines as tip number 3, like we just had, That is tapping into a mentor or a coach who adds value, who has been where you want to go, who can shortcut the process for you, who can show you all of the tools and the systems and the strategies that you are looking for in your home, in your business, that will provide the insights and strategies to streamline all of the effort that you're putting out. I know for a fact that when I first started out in business, not only was it just me, but it seemed like I couldn't figure it out. And it's because I didn't know. I hadn't gone through the trial and error. And as a matter of fact, until I hired someone and until I got into programs where I was learning this information, it was very daunting. It was very overwhelming. And I was wasting so much time. So, what I will say to you is you will be so much more productive. You will save yourself time. You will literally save yourself years by aligning yourself with someone who can fast track this for you and show you how to do this. So work with a mentor or a coach or someone who can provide those insights and the knowledge and the strategies to streamline your efforts, right? So you want to be looking for someone that already who has gone through this, who can show you the way, who can give you the business processes and the strategies. And this is going to allow you to achieve more with so much less effort and time. And yes, of course, it's still going to take effort. Like, I am not discounting that at all, because my ladies that are in the academy with me, they work smart. They work hard, but they also work smart. I had someone reach out to me on Instagram one time because I said, work smarter, not harder. And they were like, well, why can't we do both? And I was like, good point. Like, I work hard. I know I work hard, but I also work smart. So let's do both. And let's make sure that you're aligning yourself with the right people, the right mentors and coaches that can show you how to get there. Also, by the way, if you are interested with working with me one-on-one to implement these strategies, these systems, and simplify the process, you can email me and my team to get a call set up at sandra@sandraglandt.com. And we'll pop that down below on the screen so you can check out that email. I'll also put it in the show notes. So that email again is sandra@sandraglandt.com, and I can't wait to talk to you. Okay, so number 5 is probably one of my favorites, but I also think it's a bit controversial because there's a lot of different information around this that doesn't explain exactly what this means. So let's get into tip number 5 on how to be more productive without doing more. And I know my ladies are going to love this one. And this is focus on single tasking instead of multitasking. Now, instead of juggling multiple things, like maybe taking phone calls and trying to watch the kids and trying to cook dinner and trying to send out emails, which honestly to me sounds like a hurricane and a tornado all in one, you want to focus on a task one at a time, like focus on one task at a time. And this could be writing the email, or this could be checking your phone, or maybe it's posting on social media. I mean, I've given you a few examples already, so you get the point. But my point to all of this is don't try and do all of that at once. Cook the dinner, be on social media, send out the email. None of those will go the way that you wanted them to go. And you're going to be so much more frustrated, and you're probably going to lose your patience, and everything is just going to go to the wayside. So this approach, looking at a single tasking instead of multitasking, it's going to increase the quality and the speed of your work. So I highly recommend only focusing on this single tasking instead of multitasking. Now, a little side note, a little asterisk here. I am a fan of smart multitasking. And let me give you an example of what smart multitasking is. So smart multitasking is driving the car, listening to the Slay Your Day podcast. Smart multitasking is like brushing your teeth, doing your makeup or your hair while you listen to an audiobook. Like being smart about the things where you can double up, but it's not going to fully take all of your attention to do one of them. Like I can do my makeup and listen to an audiobook, but I can't write an email and be on a phone call and cook dinner. Like that is just just a disaster. So smart multitasking, yes. Multitasking on things that really matter and need your full attention, no. So just know the difference and know where to smart multitask and know where you just need that single focus to single task. Okay, we are flying right through these. And if you haven't already, I would love for you to answer the question below and also like this video and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I would really, really appreciate it. I come here every single week to give you these tools and these tactics and deliver this content to you completely for free. So all I ask for, let's call it a tip. You can hit that subscribe button and make sure that you leave me a comment down below. Okay, back to the show. All right, the sixth tip that I want to give you on how to be more productive without actually doing more. And by the way, I love this topic so much because so many people look at being productive as doing like so many things. I look at being productive as doing the right things in the right order, so I buy back my time. So with that being said, number 6 is to automate or delegate routine tasks. So just like we were talking about we were talking up in tip number 3 about creating systems, automating pretty much anywhere where you can, automation or delegation is going to give you tools, is going to give you automated tools where, let's say you have everything from a bill pay, grocery services, like these recurring services, delegating tasks like laundry or cleaning, or we even have someone that comes to our house and pumps the gas and washes the cars. Like this can be anything in your business, it can be anything in your home, but it's going to free up so much time for you for higher value tasks. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things that I want to mention is that when you automate, when you delegate, you're not automating or delegating for somebody to like watch your kids or take those really important sales calls that you need to take. You are delegating, automating, or outsourcing the things that you can focus on the high value activities. Now, you have to figure out what those are, which is why I want to give you a training. And this free training, I'm giving a lot of freebies away today, is sandraglandt.com/automate. And this is the areas to automate training that I did in the High Performance Academy. So this is going to be something that you can figure out. What does it look like to automate? Where am I delegating? What are these tasks, both in your home and in your business? So again, head over to that link, sandraglandt.com/automate, and you can grab that training completely for free. All right, these next 2 tips are so fun, and they're actually 2 of my favorites. And they're not tips that you hear often. So I'm going to kind of emphasize and go into a little bit more detail in these. So the 7th tip that I have for you is to embrace micro tasks during idle moments. So I'll give you a couple examples. So think about downtime that you have. Maybe you're like sitting in the car line picking your kids up from school. Maybe you're at your kids' soccer practice. Maybe you just have some downtime, like driving in between, the pickups and the drop-offs or whatever it is that you're doing. Figure out where that idle time is, where that downtime is, and you can respond to quick emails, brainstorm ideas, make a to-do list. Like these are all the micro tasks that add up. So out these things. Now, I like to keep a running tab in my phone, just in my notes section of like all the different ideas that I have for YouTube videos or podcasts. I have other little things that I just keep in my phone for smaller to-do lists that I need to do day to day that I can get done within 5 minutes or less. So embrace these micro tasks. And when you have a quick 5 minutes, you're not just sitting there like, oh, I have 5 minutes. What am I going to do? Now you're going to plug into this list that you have. Maybe it's ordering something on Amazon, ordering groceries, ordering something for the kids for school. Like there's so many of these micro moments that I think we don't realize because we're like, oh my gosh, I have so many things to do in a day and I'm running around and like, what did I actually get done today? But like these micro moments, if you have 5 minutes, you can get like 1 or 2 little things done. You can get things ordered, again, groceries, little orders for the kids. Like I have so many little things, like micro moments that I have that I just add into my phone in my notes section, that when I get a quick 2 minutes or 5 minutes, I'm able to get those little tasks done, even if it's just scheduling something for later. So figure out what those little micro tasks are for you so you can get those done in those smaller chunks of time. And along the same lines is my final tip that I have for you, which is tip number 8 on how to be more productive without adding more on your to-do list. And that is to adopt a 2-minute rule for small tasks. Now, like I said, this kind of goes hand in hand with the last tip, tip number 7 that I gave you about the micro tasks. But this is, if a task can be accomplished in 2 minutes or less, you do it immediately. So maybe it's making the bed. Maybe it's like wiping down your makeup brushes. Maybe it's responding to an email. Like there's so many little micro tasks that can get done in a quick 2 minutes that we don't even realize. This is going to prevent small tasks from piling up and becoming so overwhelming where you're like, I have 10 or 15 of these just tiny, tiny little small micro tasks that I need to do. And this is going to help make sure that your day keeps flowing, that it goes smoothly, and that it doesn't pile up at the end of the day. By the way, I feel like I could rattle off like 50 of these, but like it could be switching the laundry from the washer to the dryer. It could be like setting out your meals for the morning. Like, for example, this morning before I shot this podcast, I literally put like just chuck roast, potatoes, carrots into the slow cooker, and that's going to cook all day for 6 hours. And that took me probably 2 minutes, right? So like super fast. Again, wiping down makeup brushes, responding to an email, jotting down a couple ideas that you have for content or videos, responding to DMs. Like there's so many micro tasks that we have, getting the mail, putting mail in the mailbox, sending, like little things like UPS store kind of things. So just look at those micro moments. And if a task can be done in 2 minutes or less, you do that immediately. So those are my 8 tips and tricks and tools that I have for you today on how to be more productive without adding more to your plate. And if you love this episode, please, please, please share this with another mama who would get value out of this content, because we are truly in this together. And when you can pass on a nugget of wisdom to someone else that might help them, that makes such a massive difference for the mom, for the family, for the kids. And please also subscribe to the channel. Let me know that you're here. Comment below. Let me know your name, where you're watching from. And I can't wait to see you on the next episode. And as always, make sure you go out and slay your day.